Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going on a journey, but not across land or sea. We're diving deep into the very architecture of the cosmos, into a map of reality so profound, it's also a map of your own soul. Let's get into it.
So what if the universe as we know it isn't just one big flat space? What if it's more like an infinite onion with countless layers, worlds hidden inside of other worlds? This isn't some new age idea. Ancient wisdom, specifically the Zohar, presents a universe with this kind of breathtaking depth and complexity. And this right here, this is our launch code for the whole exploration. Rabbi Shimon is laying out a cosmic blueprint. He gives us two key words, Midorim, which are like these outer abodes, and Haikalots, or palaces. But the real secret, the word that unlocks everything, is Bego, which means within. This tells us it's not a stack of pancakes, it's a nested reality. One world exists dimensionally inside the other.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to really wrap our heads around this map of a nested reality. Then, we'll take a tour through the 7 outer domains, what you might call the hardware. From there, we ascend into the 7 inner palaces hidden inside. We'll look at the divine blueprint, the Sephirot, that powers the whole system, see how it all works together as a living universe, and then, and this is the best part, we'll see how this cosmic map is actually a guide for navigating your own inner world.
All right, let's dive into section 1, mapping this nested reality. The absolute core idea we need to get is that old Hermetic axiom, as above, so below. What this really means is that nothing is random. The Zohar teaches that the way our physical world is structured is a direct, perfect reflection of higher divine worlds. Every layer is like a holographic echo of the one above it.
So let's lock in these two key terms, because we're going to be using them a lot. First, you have a Midor. The plural is Midorim. Think of this as a huge outer domain, like a whole region or even a dimension. But then within each Midor, you find a Heichal. Plural is Heichalat. This is an inner, more sacred, more refined sanctuary. It's not like a building in a city. It's a higher dimensional space nested inside a lower dimensional one.
Now, this is where it gets really fun. We can actually understand this ancient cosmology with a totally modern metaphor. Let's call it cosmic engineering. So think of the 7 Midorim as the physical hardware of the universe, the servers, the fiber optics, the raw infrastructure. And running on that hardware, you have the 7 Haikalots, which are like these incredibly sophisticated, nested virtual environments. Each one has its own OS, its own rules, its own permissions, and it's all based on the master code from the cloud, which are the upper Sephirots, the divine blueprint. And guess what determines your login and password? Your soul's spiritual level. That dictates your access rights in this cosmic system. So with that framework of hardware and software in our heads, let's begin the ascent. We're now entering the 7 earthly domains, the Midorim. Just imagine these as vast concentric layers of the cosmos's physical and, ethereal infrastructure. We're going to move from the most dense and dark all the way up to the most subtle and light-filled. We start at the absolute bottom, Midor 1. This is the abode of utter darkness, a realm with literally no light of its own, ruled by a spirit called Tahariel. I want you to picture a world of just formless shadows, of entities that feel real in the pitch black but just vanish at the first hint of dawn. This is ground zero of existence, the deepest layer of the cosmic hardware. Okay, moving up one level, we get to this second Midor. Now there's more light here, but this is the abode of temptation. It's ruled by Kedumiel, and its angelic residents, well, their job is to present us with spiritual challenges, to really test our resolve. Think of it as the layer where the forces of opposition are closest to our world. It's like the interface of cosmic friction. The third Madrigar is a realm of pure spiritual fire. This is the source of what's called the Nehar Dinur, the river of fire, that flows down to purify souls. It's a place of intense judgment, the domain of the great accuser. In our tech analogy, you could say this is the server room that powers the processes of Gehenna, or hell, where all the spiritual impurities get burned away.
And now we cross a really important line. We're entering the 4th Mador, the abode of mercy. This realm, ruled by the angel Peniel, is a world of bright, stable light. The beings here, they're angels of pure compassion. They have nothing to do with judgment. Their only job is to manifest mercy. And when they touch our world, it's only in moments of pure joy. It's a realm of absolute benevolence.
In the 5th Midor, which is ruled by Kechiel, we encounter the principle of balance. This is fascinating. The angels here are literally made of both fire, which represents judgment, or gevura, and water, which represents mercy, or chesed. This is a higher, more integrated reality, where the fundamental opposites of the cosmos exist together, inside the same beings. It's a world of beautiful, dynamic harmony. Ascending even further, we reach the 6th Mador, and this place is just sublime. It's almost heavenly. Picture a world of ethereal rivers and celestial ships, a great sea of cosmic currents. You can think of it as the central control room where the 4 great archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, are directing the flow of divine energy down to all the lower worlds. And at last, we arrive at the 7th and highest Mazador, the Treasury of Souls. This domain is so pure, so rarefied, it's said to be second only to the Garden of Eden itself. It contains nothing but the treasures of divine blessing, and it's the resting place for the souls of the perfected righteous before their final ascent. And that completes our tour of the cosmic hardware. So, now that we've mapped out all the outer infrastructure, we're ready for the real journey. We are going inward. We're heading into the 7 Haikalot, the inner palaces. Remember our analogy? We're moving from the physical hardware to the nested virtual environments that are running inside them. These are the actual sanctuaries of the soul. So these are the 7 palaces we're about to ascend. Each one is a totally distinct state of consciousness, a whole dimension of reality. We started the palace of the sapphire pavement, the gateway. Then we moved to the palace of the essence of heaven, a place of pure clarity. Then into the palace of splendor, the source of prophecy. From there to the palace of merit, the great court of cosmic justice. This leads to the palace of love, unconditional compassion. Higher still, the palace of divine will, where our prayers find their way. And finally, the innermost sanctuary, the palace of the Holy of Holies, the point of direct union. So you might be asking, what's running this whole intricate system? Is it just random? No way. The Medarim and the Hekalot are direct expressions of divine attributes called the Sephirot. So if the palaces are our virtual environments, then the Sephirots, they're the divine API. They are the literal source code that defines the purpose and function of every single layer of reality. And this chart, this is basically the Rosetta Stone for the whole system. It just lays it all out brilliantly. Let's look at a few. The first palace, the sapphire pavement, corresponds to Malchut, or kingdom. It's the gateway, right? And its users are souls who have consciously chosen to step onto a spiritual path. Then you jump up to the 4th palace, Zahut, or merit. That's a direct instance of the Sephira of Gevura, or severity. It's the heavenly court, where justice is handled. But right after that, you get the 5th palace, Ahava, or love, which corresponds to Chesed, loving kindness. It's the realm of pure compassion for the souls of the truly righteous, the tzaddikim. You see the pattern? Each palace is a localized instance of a divine attribute, with a specific cosmic job and a specific class of souls who have the clearance to access it. It's an incredible design. Okay, let's put all the pieces together now, because this isn't just some static ladder or a cosmic flowchart. It is a dynamic, living, breathing system. The Midorium and the Haikalo, the outer and the inner, they are constantly interacting, flowing into each other in this fully integrated, recursive dance. So let's try to make this crystal clear with our 2 big analogies. For a simple version, think of the universe as a huge, multi-level RPG. The 7 Medarim are the 7 overworlds you have to explore, and hidden inside each one, a secret castle or dungeon. That's the Haikal. Souls are the player characters, and angels are the NPCs and the system admins. Now for the more technical version, cosmic engineering. The Medarim are infrastructure tiers. The Haikal are nested virtual environments with role-based access control. Souls are just users with specific clearance levels, and the Sephirot are the divine API defining the whole system. See? 2 ways of saying the exact same profound truth. So here's the key takeaway, the point I really want you to get. This system is fully recursive. The pattern repeats on every single scale. Every piece of cosmic hardware, every Monder, has a virtual environment, a Haikal running inside of it. And that virtual environment is a perfect localized copy of a higher divine attribute from that Sephirotic cloud. The highest is reflected in the lowest, the outer contains the inner. It's all one, beautifully integrated system. And this is where we bring this whole colossal cosmic map right back home. Because this entire structure, this incredible architecture of worlds within worlds, it's not just out there somewhere. It is also a precise diagram of human consciousness. As above, so below. As without, so within. Which leads us to the final and maybe the most important question. After all of this, what have we really been looking at? Have we been charting the universe, or have we just been mapping the human soul? Which one is it?
And the answer, of course, is that it's both, because there is no difference. The map of the cosmos is the map of consciousness. That journey of the soul through the 7 palaces, the Hekalat, that's just the process of spiritual development. It is the ascent through our own inner states of being, from the entry gate of Malchut all the way to the unified presence in Keter.
And so we end right where we began, with the timeless axiom that just perfectly summarizes this entire teaching. This is the secret of the nested, mirrored, and fully integrated reality we all live in, both outside of us and, more importantly, deep within us. Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We really hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.